Let's talk about taxes for online sales for e-commerce stores. So I get this question a lot. A lot of people are confused about how this works. So taxes, when you have an online e-commerce store, you need to pay taxes on the sales in the state that you're operating from. So it's the same thing as, if a visitor comes to your state and they purchase from you in store, they're going to pay the sales rate tax of that state, depending on which state it is. And that's the same thing that happens with an e-commerce store. So if you're operating out of a specific state, like today I was working with a customer who has an operation out of Utah. So for Utah, they need to charge their sales tax for that state. So 6.1% needs to be applied to all purchases. It doesn't matter if someone's buying from New York or purchasing from LA or anywhere that the person or inside the state. It doesn't matter. They're all going to pay that same 6.1% sales tax as if they're in person purchasing from the person. And then that company needs to then send that off as their sales tax to the government. So in order to initiate this in WooCommerce on WordPress, this is how you go about it. So in the back end of your WordPress website, you're going to want to go to WordPress settings. So go to the settings of WordPress, and one of the options across the tabs there is tax. So you can click on tax, scroll down. There's going to be a secondary menu, and in that secondary menu is tax options, standard rates, and then reduced rates and zero rates. We want to go to standard rates. So if you click on standard rates, it's going to open up an option window that you can set. So it's going to ask you, do you want to set a specific country code? So you can set certain taxes. And if you leave it blank, it's just going to apply that to everything. So in this example, we're not going to set different tax rates. We just want one tax rate for the state of Utah in this example. So basically you leave the first block for country as blank, so it's going to apply to everything. Leave the second one for state blank, so that's going to apply to everything. Leave the post, the zip and the post, leave those as blank, so that's going to apply to all the zip codes. Doesn't matter where they're at. The city, you can also leave that blank. It's going to apply to all cities. And then when we get to rate, this is where we put in the 6.1. So you're going to put in the rate for the state that you're in. So if you have a 7%, if you have a 0%, whatever state you're in, then whatever the sales tax, you're going to put that percentage in, and then you're going to hit save. And that's going to apply taxes to all the products and all sales, no matter where someone's coming at. So that's how you do sales tax for online e-commerce. And I know there's a lot of confusion around this, but basically you just need to do it for the state that you're operating in, because we're acting as if the customer is coming to our store in that state. So if they're from a state where there's no sales tax, but they're purchasing from your e-commerce store, they do need to pay a sales tax, because they're basically like traveling to your state digitally and purchasing from your store that operates in that particular state. In this case, it was Utah. They need to pay the 6.1%. Doesn't matter if they're coming from Montana, where it has zero sales tax. If they're shopping off of your store that's located in Utah and buying something, they're going to pay a 6.1% sales tax on that. So that's how that works. If you have any more questions about getting WooCommerce set up for your business, about how the taxes, the shipping, the processing, multi-variable orders. WooCommerce can get very, very complicated, extremely complicated, has a lot of systems that have to work together, and it requires someone who really knows what they're doing to make sure that the WooCommerce operates properly and your e-commerce works properly. We're experts in WooCommerce. I can definitely help you out. Definitely reach out to me if you like to go over your e-commerce store and make sure everything's working properly. I would love to help you out. Joe Field with SkyPoint Studios. Thank you so much, as always, for watching my videos, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.